This is a top 15 matchup featuring ACC versus SEC. Two conferences geographically linked, and typically the ACC arrives with a chip on its shoulder and a point to prove when they face the SEC. This is the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum, legendary home of the USC Trojans. As we'll see the runner-up from last year's national championship, LSU Tigers, taking on last year's national champions, the USC Trojans. For EA Sports, I'm Chris Fowler, joined in the booth by Kirk Herbstreit. Kirk, let's get this thing going. Trojans will kick this away to get us going here. So it'll be a touchback. Ball spotted at the 25. Keep it on the ground. There's the handoff. The game moves the ball to the 34. This one's a compelling matchup. Early season, two top 10 teams. Kirk, we know that at this point, rankings can be a little bit suspect, but a chance for both teams to step up and show they belong.
I just love these kind of matchups when you get a top 10 matchup early in the year. Really find out if these rankings are worthy of where these teams are considered at this point in the year. Find out if these teams have what it takes to be one of the top teams in college football when this game is over.
He goes nowhere. Stop cold behind the line of scrimmage.
Boy, great job by this defense on this second down run. Just stonewalled him at the line of scrimmage. Now they get a chance to really pressure the quarterback here, try to get off the field.
Listen to the crowd energy here in the early going. This is a tough environment for visitors. Out of the gun now on third down. Pulls it in. It's Clark. He's brought down just short of the marker on that play. Good job by the defense to prevent the first down.
Great job by this defensive tackling in space. They are going to keep him short of the first down marker. And a big decision for this head coach on whether or not to go for it or punt it away.
Fourth down. He's throwing for it. He's got it, and that is enough for a first down. They've got him, but they convert on fourth down, and the drive keeps going.
That's why you practice and work on these routes. When you get to a fourth down, you trust the receiver to run not only a good route, but know exactly where he needs to go to be able to get the distance for that first down.
From inside the red zone, they're looking to throw. Going for the touchdown here. Oh, the pass is picked off. And that's a solid return after the interception.
Well, here it is, opening drive of the game. You're just trying to find that rhythm, run the ball, a couple passes, and this one backfires. Poor decision by the quarterback. That's 100% on him, and this defense now gives their own offense great field position here to get points on the board.
And they'll use the ground game here. The gain is 3. Now it's second down and 7.
Nice job here of controlling the line of scrimmage by this offensive line. The back does what he needs to do to get positive yards on first down.
To the air, it's Fox. Over the middle, it's Tees. Tackle made at the play at the 29-yard line.
You know, this is what makes this receiver so dangerous. If you play him in man, he can run by you for a big play. You decide to sit back in zone, and he's got the savvy and instincts to be able to find that soft spot in the zone, make a catch, and be dangerous after the catch as well.
The gain moves the ball to the 34.
Well, I would just stick with this RPO. That's a really solid gain, and it's plays like this that eventually make that defense collapse down. Then you can pull it and hit a big play through the air to your receiver.
It's the middle to get stuffed. That one goes nowhere.
Chris, that play just didn't have much of a chance at all from the snap. Quarterback hands this off, and just nowhere to go. It's almost like the defense was anticipating the play call, and they put themselves in a position to come up with a nice tackle for a loss.
Crucial third down play right here. Out of the gun now on third down. Grab near the sticks. It's Fowler. And that is a first down gain. Moves the ball to the 40. The Trojans come to the line in the hurry up. Trying to flex the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff. Zero running room. Stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
Chris, I think we all kind of get caught up in third down. What is an offense doing on third down? But I think what's also important is how well you defend first down. If you can hold your opponents to a short gain or a tackle for a loss, you throw the offense out of whack, and their game plan gets much more challenging to try to come up with that first down.
They beat the blitz there with the pressure buried down because he just dumped it off to the back.
Yeah, nice job of just keeping his eyes downfield, because you're right, that pressure got to him in a hurry. Thankfully, the running back was right in his line of sight, was able to dump it to him as a safety valve, and he picked up the first.
Well, the play is just blown up by the big fella in the middle, Kirk, showing some quickness for his size.
Yeah, we know about his power, but how about his ability to penetrate there? And that's the quickest way to blow up a run game, is that interior penetration. If you're able to break through the middle of that offensive line, then you can create a lot of havoc in the middle.
Been a really productive drive, but the loss there now makes it 2nd and 12. Quarterback making adjustments now to what the defense is showing. With the catch, it's Fowler. They can't stop him. Jerks past the defender. He's in the clear. Touchdown, USC. He broke away, and they couldn't catch him. Simple throw, all the yards after the catch. Explosive play by the receiver to score.
Just a dynamic, athletic playmaker. As simple as you said, Chris, just throw him the football, he makes a catch, and then all the fireworks are after the catch, and this defense just unable to corral him.
The kickoff goes out the back of the end zone, so a touchback. Play of the drive now from the 25. First down. Looking to throw the football. Finds his man. It's Pryor.
Hey, they get some positive yards here, but just from sitting up here looking down, Chris, I kind of have a sense that they want a little bit more on that.
Second down. Looking to throw it. Looking for his big tight end. That one falls incomplete. Looking for a flag. Doesn't get it. Brings up third down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out the punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, he's unable to hold on to the football.
After the incompletion, they'll come to the line for a 3rd and 4. Out of the gun now on third down. It's nearly picked off. He couldn't hold on to it. Don't expect that from such a reliable defender. Brings up 4th down, though.
Man, on your own side of the field, you're playing a risky game here, 3rd and short. Your goal should just be keep this drive alive the best way you can sometimes. Just hand the ball off to your running back and have him get behind that offensive line and go to work. Curious to see what they do now here on this 4th and short.
Needs a completion here on 4th down. Flips it to the running back. Can he make the first down? Stopped at the 36. That's good enough to move the sticks. LSU getting set with a 1st and 10 coming up. Quarterback looking to connect with the receiver here. And it's incomplete. He dropped the first down pass over the middle. Incomplete. 2nd down coming up. There's the snap. Quarterback setting up to throw. On the move, looking deep down the right side. Oh, that one's picked off. Look out, he's in the clear. Powering through a tackle. They finally bring him down, but what a return after the takeaway.
But that's now 2 interceptions for this quarterback, and we're only in the first half. This is the exact start this defense was hoping for to create a ton of momentum.
And the Trojans' offense is back out on the field. Last drive, the passing game, very effective, moving right down the field. And the defense make adjustments. Going absolutely nowhere. That'll be a loss in the play. Talking about quickness, that play is absolutely blown up in no time.
Chris, I don't know if that's a misassignment by the offensive lineman or just really good instincts there by the defender, but that play is blown up right at the snap. I think it's important to kind of let your quarterback get into a rhythm early in the game. Sure, you'd love to see the big gains, but plays like this allow the quarterback to get settled into the game, find his rhythm, and then he can make the bigger plays later on.
Offense looking to keep the drive alive. It's 3rd down. And it's USC in front, Kirk, as we break for the quarter. Let's check out the stats now through the opening period. Plenty of time for some plot twists here as we begin the 2nd quarter. A big play here after the break. Offense trying to convert here on 3rd down. They'll change the pre-snap look now. To throw, it's Fox. Caught near the sticks, it's Matthews. They get the 3rd down conversion. 1st down now from the 37.
Well, it's a good thing they pick up the 1st down here because it would have been interesting to see. They were kind of in that no-man's area there. If they did not pick up the 1st down, would they have kicked the field goal or would they have gone for it? But here, doesn't matter. Nice 1st down.
Well, they don't block the defensive end, who shows some quickness, Kirk, getting around the edge that time.
Yeah, this guy's usually getting around the edge to put pressure on the quarterback, but he reminds everybody here that this guy's a complete package. Not only can he pressure the quarterback, but also he is very, very talented and shows you the physicality he has against the run as well.
He makes the stop, but not before a solid gain that time.
You know who's got to love this offense picking up so many 1st downs? Their own defense. Now, when I played, I used to have defensive guys come down and tell me when we'd have a long drive how much it would allow them to rest and go out and play dominant football.
And it's a direct snap. The defense all over. They stop him right at the line.
Well, that's exactly what defensive coordinators love to see. You've got a quarterback that typically is known for his ability to cover, and here he shows some physical toughness by sticking his nose in there, and he comes up with a nice play in support.
What's the play call here on 2nd down for this offense? And the motion by the back now forces the defense to adjust. Quarterback looking to throw it on 2nd down. Fired into a tight window and picked off. Not a long return, but the pick changes possession. The offense will take over at the 28.
Boy, just a drive killer right there, Chris. And he didn't seem to throw that ball with much confidence. Just put it up for grabs, and the defense comes down with it.
And that Bayou Bengals offense is back out on the field. Defense is coming after him. The sure hands. It's Pryor. And he heads out of bounds after gaining a few yards.
That's a much better job by this quarterback of working through his progressions. We've seen him earlier try to force some throws, trying to make a big play. This time, works through his progressions, checks it down to the flat, and picks up some positive yards.
Offense getting set. Second down play here. They flip it to him on the jet sweep. And he's tackled, but only after picking up a first down.
Well, when you have a guy that can get to the outside that quickly, use that touch pass to be able to get him on the perimeter, let him use that speed to pick up a first down like this.
Great start for the drive. Back-to-back explosive plays, and now another first down. On 1st and 10, they'll look to throw it. Going for a big play downfield. Incomplete. They cannot connect on the deep ball.
Well, it's an incompletion here. And I bet this secondary is going to play a little bit deeper just to make sure they don't get hit on any deep throws later in this game.
They'll look to throw it here on 2nd down. And this pass is on target. Caught. Tough running there, but not quite enough for a first down.
Boy, that slant is so dangerous for a defense to try to slow down. Great job of rallying to limit its yardage after the catch.
Offense moving closer to the line to gain after that catch. Looking to throw again. Off target and incomplete.
That's an incompletion. That'll bring up 4th down, and it makes you wonder if the offensive coordinator is reevaluating. Maybe a run there might have been the safer call.
Well, no surprise here. They're already 2 for 2 on 4th down. Got to make it 3 for 3 here. And he'll set up to throw. Finds this receiver. That's enough for the first down. Brought down, but it's past the line to gain. This LSU offense is moving quickly down the field. Bringing pressure. It's incomplete. He was hit as he threw. Good pass rush there on 1st down.
Anytime a quarterback's able to recognize a free rusher like that, that's what the check down is for. He has to recognize the protection issues quickly and pivot.
So 2nd down after the incompletion. Quarterback drops back, probing the secondary. Taking a shot deep toward the end zone. Tremendous protection. There was bound to be somebody open. Touchdown, LSU.
Yeah, we're seeing more and more of this in college football. Guys in that slot that got the ability to get downfield vertically. It's a mismatch if you have the right guy. This time they get the matchup that they want, hit it for a big one.
And he knocks through the PAT. And with that extra point, we're all tied up now in the 2nd quarter. We got momentum after scoring that touchdown. Now the kickoff team out there to kick it away. And he's going to bring this out from a couple yards deep in the end zone. Runs through a tackle. He's got space here. And the return ends with the man stepping out of bounds. So the first play of the drive coming up here. Under 3 minutes to play before half. Quick throw to the left. Breaking tackles and going. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain.
Well, the tight end here just gets lost in coverage. The quarterback does a good job of kind of working through his progressions. He sees that tight end, his eyes light up, makes a great throw and a big gain for this offense.
Slams right into a wall. They've got him for a loss.
My gosh, this offensive line's got to do a better job of blocking. The defense was zeroed in on the ball carrier and absolutely nowhere to go for the offense.
Scanning the field. It's Fox. Pass ball is incomplete. There was a lot of contact. No penalty. Brings up 3rd down.
What a hit there by the defender. Tough for the receiver to hold on to the football when he has that kind of contact. Good, clean play by the defense.
Not going to be easy here. Backed up a long way to go for a first down. Looking to throw it on 3rd and very long. Looking deep downfield to the left. And that's incomplete. They weren't afraid to let it fly, but it brings up a 4th down.
Well, the name of the game for this defense is to pressure this quarterback as often as you can, and that's exactly what they've been able to do here in this first half. It looks like they've got him rattled a bit, as that pass should have been his 2nd interception in the first half alone.
And the Trojans will come to the line here looking to convert on 4th down.
Let's go, let's go.
Trying for a 4th down completion. And he's brought down. A sack will end this drive. Huge play here by the defense.
Now, the quarterback's got to get the ball out of his hands. He had a lot of time back there in the pocket, looking over the field, desperately trying to find an open receiver. Nobody's open, but he still has got to take off and try to make a play. Instead, he's sacked, and it's a turnover on downs.
Takes the snap and takes off on the run. They've got him in the backfield. Nowhere to run. They'll lose a yard on the play. Quickly behind the sticks here after the loss. 2nd down and 11. Quarterback looking to pass here on 2nd down. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. And they bring him down, but not before he reaches the 38. First down from there. That's a nice pickup there. They find some space in the zone and pick up the first down.
Yeah, really nice call here, Chris, to be able to pick up this first down on this drag route. The quarterback does a nice job of being patient, waiting for that window to open up in that zone, and he put it right on the money for the receiver to have a chance to not just catch it, but eventually get the first.
Quarterback wants to throw it on 2nd down. Tries to get it to the running back. Grab near the sticks. It's Pryor. The tackle is made, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what that's about. Oh, it would have been a big momentum shift with that play, but the penalty negates it. Important 2nd down play coming up. Offense appeared to be confused about the snap count there. It'll cost him 5. And the head coach will decide to accept the penalty and take the yardage. Offense getting set up. Here's 2nd down. Wants to throw it. The pocket breaking down. It's incomplete. He took a hit as he threw the football, and it brings up a 3rd down.
Boy, that pass rush got in there in a hurry. Great job by this defense of disrupting the rhythm and timing between the quarterback and the receivers.
Incompletion sets up a 3rd down now for this offense. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He escapes the pocket. It's a deep shot to the right. And the pass is dropped incomplete, but it had a huge gain. Took his eye off the ball.
Well, Chris, obviously they had to go through the air there to try to pick up this 3rd down and long, but when you're so far behind the chains, you really allow this defense to dictate things, and it allows them to put pressure on your quarterback and can affect the timing, as we saw on this play.
Coverage team able to bring the returner to the ground.
He catches a break here. Always good to have friends looking out for you on the job. That was almost a major momentum shift, if not for the returner's teammate coming in to recover that fumble.
Here's the first play of the drive now. They begin from their own 11. And from the shotgun, inside handoff, and brought down at the line by that big defensive tackle.
Just great job by this defense in defending this RPO. They sat back, and then they overcommitted to stop the run game, and it works out.
Second down play coming up. Quarterback will throw this out of the RPO. To get him down quickly, not much of a gain on that completion. And the defense will spend their second timeout here to make some adjustments. They're backed up here, trying to make something happen on 3rd and long. Quarterback pre-snap adjustments now for this defense. Back to pass. It's Fox. Quick throw over the middle. And the pass is intercepted as he throws into double coverage that time. He's brought down quickly, but that takeaway is a huge play for this defense. So they'll start this drive here with less than a minute remaining on the first half clock. And looking to throw now on first down. That's caught. It's Clark. A solid 8-yard gain brings up a 2nd and 2. Offense operating at high tempo now. No huddle. Looking to pass here on 2nd down. Grabbed by the receiver. And the gain just good enough for a first down. A new set of downs after that completion. Timeout called by the defense, their first of the half, as they try to make some adjustments here.
Timeout, USC.
Fresh set of downs for the offense. First down. Quarterback sets up, looking for an open man. Moves out of the pocket. Using his legs on the scramble. And he'll step out of bounds after a solid gain on that run.
I love that this guy's not willing to just give up on plays. You know, he's got enough athletic ability to give you some positive yards in the run game, and he's able to do that right here.
The offense comes back out there. Not much time left. Perhaps just time for a couple plays before the half. Second down, we're going to throw it. Makes the grab on the move. He'll step out after a nice gain there, and the offense will have 1st and goal.
You call a quick out on 3rd down. I think that tells you the confidence you have in a quarterback to be able to make that throw. And on top of that, a little surprised the defense would give that kind of cushion to be able to give him room to pick up that first down.
Looking to throw it on first down. And that one's incomplete with just 7 seconds left on the clock.
Just a misfire here by the quarterback. These are tight windows, man. They open and close so quickly, you got to almost anticipate where you're going to put the ball.
He's back to throw again on 2nd and 10. All the way to the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. So they'll try to add to the lead now with a PAT. PAT makes it a 7-point lead. So an important touchdown just before halftime. Not much time for the opposing offense to try to answer before the break. And that kick will just bounce into the end zone for a touchback. They'll start at the 25. Looks like the final play of the half coming up. Timeout is called to talk strategy. Time for just 1 or 2 plays here before halftime. We're going to go with the Wildcat formation. formation, an extra blocker. Let's see what they have in mind here. Direct snap. Running out of time in the pocket. The Miners going to wrap up the first half here. Let's kick it now to Kevin Connors with our halftime update. Kickoff team out there now to get the second half underway. He thought about returning it, but instead takes a knee. It'll be a touchback, and they'll start at the 25. Comes the USC offense back on the field. Hoping they can click here at the beginning of the third quarter, try to make up this deficit. Looking downfield, it's Fox. And the receivers got it.
Quarterback looks downfield to make this throw. He wants to be able to get the ball to be able to pick up enough yards for a first down. But instead, he gets the ball at least underneath to the drag route and gets some positive yards.
A completion sets up a second down play. Quarterback changing the play now at the line. And they'll run it out of the shotgun. And he goes nowhere. Stop cold behind the line of scrimmage.
Chris, I'll be really honest with you. I don't know why they continue to try to run the football. I'm all about balance. I'm all about trying to make sure a defense has to defend the run and the throw. But at this point in the game, they haven't been able to run the ball. They're going to have to go through the air if they're going to come back and take the lead in this game at some point.
Pulls it in. It's Tease. He stopped it at the 49, but that'll be a first down.
Really good job here of converting by this offense. And let's face it, at this point in the game, because they have such a big hole to climb out of, they've got to be able to convert and come up with a new set of downs. They do it here. Now they got a real shot to cut into this lead.
Oh, and it's incomplete. It was right in his hands, and he dropped it.
You know, this is the one thing I love about this running back is his ability to get involved in the pass game. Runs a great route, just doesn't come down with a catch.
Incompletion makes it second down. Drops back from the shotgun, looking for an open man. On the move now. Look out, room to run here. And he heads out of bounds after a nice pickup on the run. And the Trojans come to the line looking to crank up the tempo. They'll try to run for the first down. Stop right there at the line. No gain.
Wow, the defense prevented them from getting the first down. How about that? Nice job of holding their point there at the defensive line. They came close to getting the first, but the defense deserves credit. Now we've got 4th and inches.
And it's a direct snap. Defense has got him, but that Wildcat wiggle earns enough to get the first down.
That's how you know an offensive coordinator really believes in the offensive line. You get the 4th down, you don't spread out a defense and try to create a one-on-one matchup and throw the ball. You go the old-fashioned way. You get behind that offensive line, you get the yards you need, and you extend this drive with that first down.
Brings up second down.
Offense sets up for play number 8 on this drive. Dropping back, it's Fox. Looking to scramble. Trying to create outside the pocket, but they've got him for a sack.
Chris, what a shot, right? Come to an LSU game and you see a defensive lineman overwhelm an offensive lineman and come up with a big sack. When was the last time you didn't see LSU have defensive linemen who can make life difficult for quarterbacks and offensive linemen? Because I can't. They always have big boys who are athletic to make life difficult in that backfield.
Now in 3rd and very long, looking to throw. Makes a quick grab. Breaking free at the 35. And moves the football to the 27 at first down.
This is a big conversion by this offense. They're down now in the second half. Probably limited opportunities at this point in the game. Every chance you get your hands on the ball, you need points. They keep this drive alive right here.
And the Trojans come to the line to start a fresh set of downs. They'll run it here. Breaks an open space. Picks up the first, looking for more. Refusing to be brought down. Touchdown, Trojans.
This is such a well-designed play here, Chris. The offensive line opens things up initially, but you can see the speed of the back and the effort by the receivers not to be selfish. These guys are blocking downfield. That's why he got that ball to the end zone.
And they tack on the extra point. Kickoff team out there, they are fired up after just scoring a touchdown. The kickoff, a little too hot to handle, goes through the end zone for a touchback. LSU offense back onto the field. From the shotgun now, here's a handoff inside.
Chris, the spread era over the years has always grown offensively, but what I've been always impressed with defenses that really build their defense to play in space still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. It's exactly what we saw right there.
Now it's second down here. Looking for a receiver. The sure hands. It's Pryor. And he runs out of bounds. That's a big gainer there.
Man, isn't it fun to watch running backs who can add that dimension to the passing game? They're so dangerous because once they catch the football, they're operating in much more open space than they would be if they're just getting a handoff. And it really tests the linebacker's ability to cover out the space.
Big chunk play. This offense operating at peak efficiency. Pressure is coming. Makes the grab. It's Pryor. They tackle him, but the gain moves the ball to the 36. The tackle made, but the sophomore quarterback showing us the arm strength.
Boy, it's so easy to get caught up in the receivers and the quarterback, and your eyes get lost. You forget about the running back. Nice catch and a first down for this offense.
On 1st and 10, looking to throw. He escapes the pocket. And he'll heave the ball deep down that right side. And it's incomplete on the overthrow. Just too much on that ball.
That ball just seemed to sail on. You got to make sure to give your receiver a chance to be able to come down with a catch in bounds, because in today's game, man, these receivers make catches like this all the time. And if you put the ball out of bounds, you're not going to give them that opportunity.
They go with the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff. Muscles past the defender. Touchdown, LSU. And that will give them the lead now. Game-breaking speed for the running back to reach the end zone. That is just priceless for an offense.
Chris, that back was able to find that crease in the defense. Let's give credit to the big fellas up front for creating that crease. They all played a key role in that score.
PAT puts them in front by 7. So after putting up the touchdown, the kickoff team is out there to boot it away. Return starts from inside the 5. And the coverage team able to bring him down. drive now backed up at the 15. Scanning the field, it's Fox. Caught near the sticks. It's fouled. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down.
You know, we talked this week with the offensive coordinator about what makes this receiver so special. He kept referring to his route running. Here's an example of that. Great route, enough separation to give the quarterback a nice lane to throw the football.
He's past the marker and still going. They get him to the ground, but an explosive running play there.
Big runs like this are just demoralizing for a defense. It's one thing to give up big plays over your head against the pass game. When teams can run the ball, pick up yards like this, really affects the team's mental psyche and their confidence. And you'll start to see some missed tackles following a play like this.
Breaking tackles. Going absolutely nowhere. It'll be a loss on the play.
Well, they keep trying to run the football, and they keep getting dominated at the line of scrimmage. That has been a theme throughout this entire game. We've talked about it earlier in the game. It's not changing at all. They've become one-dimensional.
He's in the clear. Inside the 10. Oh, the way to the end zone. What a play. Touchdown, Southern Cal. For if you play quarterback, how about appreciating a receiver that runs his routes that precisely?
Chris, it's not just his route running. It's the chemistry between the quarterback and the receiver that really, I think, is unique. They put so much time into this in the offseason. By the time they get to Saturdays, you can close your eyes and make your throw. It's exactly what we saw right there.
Going after, up and good. Got momentum after scoring that touchdown. Now the kickoff team out there to kick it away. So no return on this one. Ball just bounces into the end zone for a touchback. And the first play of the drive now from the 25. Here comes a first down pass attempt. Looking for the wideout. Wide open downfield. Tackle's made, but not before he makes the 43-yard line. This drive is going now.
Well, how about that? Another LSU wide receiver makes a big-time catch for the Tigers offense. Oh, just a couple names to throw out. How about OBJ? How about Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase, who right now arguably two of the top receivers in the NFL, all from LSU. And watching this young man right here, he's hoping he's next in line.
And so far, we have been treated to a serious quarterback duel. Both these guys putting on a show so far. Let's see how this fourth quarter unfolds. Everything to play for here for both teams. So here we go. First play of the quarter. The offense has a first down. They open the fourth by going to the air. Quick throw to the left side. Oh, he makes the catch. And a big gain before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs.
Well, it's hard to be in man coverage when the quarterback has this kind of time to be able to navigate and find the open man. He finds his receiver pulling away from that defender, makes a nice throw and a first down.
Second down. This is important. They want to avoid a third and long. And he drops back in the gun. Launching one to the end zone. Touchdown, LSU. And they take the lead here in the fourth quarter. That's another strike from this quarterback, Kirk. He is having himself a day.
This guy's just having one of those days you dream about against this secondary. Let's also give credit to the wide receivers doing a nice job of getting open, and the big fellas up front for giving him enough time to throw.
Kickoff team out there. They are fired up after just scoring a touchdown. Well, he thought about coming out, but instead takes a knee to bring the football out to the 25-yard line. And the USC offense is back out on the field. There's the handoff. Breaks free. Got the first down and still motoring. They bring him down, but a huge gain. They cross midfield to the 49.
How about setting the edge there on the right side of that offensive line? I wouldn't be surprised if they keep going back to the well, pounding it behind that right guard and right tackle and tight end, seeing what additional damage they can do.
Slams right into a wall. They've got him for a loss.
That back just had nowhere to go. Got to give credit to the defense and their run fits on that play.
Offense now behind the 6 on second down. They need 12 after that first down loss. Dropping back, it's Fox. That's reeled in. It's Fowler. They get him down, but not before he gets to the +38. So a positive play, Kirk, with the crossing route. This is the defensive communication the coaches were worried about in this game.
Yeah, it really is a challenge in this call. When the offense goes with that deep crosser, that defense has to do a good job of communicating, really keeping their head on a swivel to understand who's coming into their zone. That time they just lost the receiver and they gave up a big gain.
A gain makes it second and medium. That's caught. It's Tease. Defense wraps him up after the catch, but he's just short of a first down.
This is an example of a quarterback and his offense just taking what the defense gives you. Not a huge play, but positive yards. The defense wants to give that throw to you. You take it, get the ball to your receiver, stay ahead of the sticks.
He's brought down, but that strong stiff arm helped him to a first down.
I love it. Third down, the way this back is running, just keep feeding him the football. He's going to come through for you. And he does here at a critical moment in his football game in the fourth quarter. Nice job.
And they'll go right back to him on first down. Stout defense there. It's a 3-yard loss on that run.
Chris, textbook job by the defense surrounding the runner and preventing that play from being bounced to the outside.
Been a really solid drive, but now a challenge here coming up on second and 13. Quarterback looking to throw it on second down. Grab down the middle. It's Tease. They make the tackle, but not before a solid gain on that pass.
Chris, that's a great example of his arm strength. He just fired the ball in there much quicker than the defense could even react.
Offense now operating in the red zone, facing a 3rd and short from the 20. Back to throw. It's Fox. Caught quickly. He moves the ball to the 7-yard line. Offense has a 1st and goal now.
You know, on third down, the key to me is the offensive line, the pass protection. Because you know that you're going to throw and the defense knows that you're going to throw. It's a matter of can you protect your quarterback and give him the time, and then can the receivers win on the outside? They're able to do that, move those sticks. It's a first down.
Keep it on the ground on 1st and goal. And he goes nowhere. Stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
Now, you see this with a lot of backs. There's a tendency to want to try to bounce it to the outside. Now, sometimes the play calls for it, but you know the coaches are telling them to follow the blockers and execute the plan.
So off the loss, it's 2nd and goal from the 8.
Base 27, jump. Base 27.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout as this offense tries to stage a dramatic comeback and win the game late. Urgency here. Got to cut into this lead. It's 3rd down and goal.
Let's go. Let's go.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Touchdown, USC. Still no answer for this offensive machine.
What a
touchdown here with under 2 minutes to go. And the big question now, Chris, is do you kick this extra point to tie it up, or do you go for two to potentially take the lead? Either way, your defense still is going to have to go out there and make some plays.
Does his job with the PAT, and this ball game is tied here in the fourth quarter. So after putting up the touchdown, the kickoff team is out there to boot it away. The kickoff will bounce right through the end zone for a touchback. And the first play of the drive now from the 25. Hand off to the single back. Gains 9, so it's 2nd and 1.
What a great job to be able to establish some rhythm to an offense. When you can run the football like this, it just opens up the playbook. You can continue to run, you can go to play action, and really keep the defense on their heels when you can run the ball like this. Nice play.
Grab near the sticks. It's Valentine. They'll hurry to the line here with the clock running. Off the play fake on first down. Taking a deep shot here to the right. Downfield shot falls incomplete. Couldn't quite connect there.
You know, I like the quarterback's patience here, and instead of trying to force the issue and squeeze the ball into coverage, he just decides to just basically throw it away and live for the next down.
2nd and 10 off the incompletion. Ball to 36 still. They'll look to throw it here on 2nd down. Caught over the middle. It's Clark. And that gain moves the ball across midfield. First down coming up from the 46.
Well, I'll tell you what, this guy's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. And here we are, late in the game. He needs to continue to play with that consistency. That's a great example that he's up to.
He's brought down after a short gain. That's not going to be first down yardage. Final drive coming up. Let's see what the quarterback can do. Looking to pass here on 2nd down. Moves out of the pocket. He'll throw it now. Makes the grab. It's Clark. They bring him down, but a nice play moves the football to the 31 and a first down. And that completion, Kirk, puts him over 300 yards passing today.
Yeah, anytime a quarterback has a day like this, really it all has to come together with the offensive line play, the receivers running these great routes, and he's just in sync. He's kind of in that zone right now, and he'll be the first one to tell you how much his teammates have helped him out today. Nothing better than an offense on first down to be able to pick up big positive yards like that. You can either keep giving it to the back, or it can set up play action and get the defense to come up to the line of scrimmage, and you can throw it over top of it.
LSU getting set with a 1st and 10 now. They tackle him behind the line, a loss of 4. And the defense will stop the clock with a timeout here. 25 seconds remaining.
And it's a nice job by this defense. They saw option, actually forced the quarterback to pull the ball on the read, and then they corral him for a loss. You could tell they worked hard on that in practice.
Been a solid drive, and the defense rises up now. The offense facing a 2nd and 15. Grab down the middle. It's Clark. Touchdown, Tigers. They jump on top now here in the 4th.
Chris, I thought we might be headed to overtime here, but this offense could not be denied. Outstanding execution, and they take the lead. Now it's all about can their defense hold on to see if they can get this win.
PAT is up and good. They lead by a touchdown here in the 4th quarter. Got momentum after scoring that touchdown. Now the kickoff team out there to kick it away. Fields it just outside the goal line. He steps out at the 21. That's where they'll start the drive. Offense out there to start a new drive from the 21. Oh, and he throws it back. The defense drops him for a loss. They went backwards there. A second down behind the sticks now. And a timeout taken by the offense to stop the clock with 12 seconds remaining. They need to score quickly here, trying to dial up some big plays. To throw, it's Fox. Looking for a late, deep throw. And that one's incomplete with just 7 seconds left on the clock.
This is smart defense. When you're trying to protect the lead late in the game, you know they're going to take some shots, get those safeties and those defensive backs back far, anticipating a deep throw, and knock the ball away.
They'll get set, needing to score quickly now, looking for some big plays right here. Looking to throw it on 3rd and very long. Makes a quick catch. The defense stops him short of the marker, so now it's 4th down. And a timeout is taken, just 2 seconds left on the clock. So here we go, down 1 score. They're going to go for it on 4th down. Looking to throw for the first down. Looking for a late deep shot. And this one is dropped and incomplete as time runs out to end the ball game. Oh, when you're a team that comes in, Kirk, with great expectations, big goals at the end, you're going to get tested. They were tested here today by another ranked team. I was impressed how they responded.
Chris, there's no doubt about it. I think the thing that really stood out to me is the way they played for 4 quarters, just dominating football. And this is a team that's had to deal with being kind of the hunted, the team that knows that every single week teams want to bring them down. They took on a very talented team today and just dominated.
And that is going to do it. We enjoy being here. For Kirk Herbstreit, I'm Chris Fowler, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football. down.